Moving on, let's talk about Tyler Owens. This was the this is the weirdest player. This is the weirdest player that we're talking about today. Well, weird in I believe that he has a conspiracy that he believes in the conspiracy that birds don't exist, that they're just tools that the government uses to spy on us, and the reason why they sit on power lines is because that's their charging station. Which, as funny as that is, uh, that's not why I put him on this list, right? He tested nuts. Now at the combine, if you were following the combine, you probably know that he pulled his hamstring running the 40, right? So it wasn't able to, it would have been a historic combine. It would have been. Like this guy just tests off the charts everywhere. So, but if you take his average of like other places that he tested, East West Shrine Bowl and all that stuff, he was nuts. 10-0 RAS score, probably the would have been the best testing safety that we've ever seen come out of college. So like, why is he a day three guy then? Why is this guy who just tested lights out that runs a 4.3, possibly sub 4.3 40, can jump out of the gym? Why did he fall? Why is he a day three guy? Well, I will say the film is not spectacular, and the production is not spectacular either. However, I have heard that his leadership in the locker room was fantabulous, and he's a hard worker. I don't know how well he's going to pick up these defenses, considering I don't know that did a great job of that at Texas Tech, but it has to be worth a shot, right? Like at worst, you have an insanely athletic special teamer, right? That's just flying. Now I know the kickoff rules are different, but a gunner. Tell me Tyler Owens wouldn't be an absolutely awesome gunner.
No, absolutely. He's got the size too, like 6'2" is big for a safety. Yeah, you mentioned the production, the film, not great. His missed tackle rate is over
Yeah,
17.6%, which is
it's
about probably about double what you wanted, almost double what you want it to be. But it's interesting because I mean he hasn't played a ton of football in his career, even though he was an older guy, right? I believe he's fifth year guy coming out of Tech. I mean, he only played, about 200 snaps a year ago. He played, about 500, 600 this year. So I guess this year he finally got into a rhythm. And obviously, there were times where he flashed some good things, but also more often than not, it was not great there in the back end for Texas Tech. But also they moved him around. They had him in the slot, they had him playing in the box, in the deep, which is what you want to do with an athletic guy like that. But I do think where a guy's trying to find his niche in a role and how to play safety in college level and at the next level, you kind of want to settle him into a role and really let him learn that before you kind of move on and just throw him into the fire. I will say like he seems like a nice like almost like a dime back piece too for you like end of the roster, right? You need that 6 DB coming on, and he's a guy that can just really fly around and just do whatever see ball hit ball type thing, and you're not worried about him getting beat over the top or missing an assignment because you have five other DBs all covering, and that can kind of make up for his lapses at times. But he can really go make a play, hit stick a dude. Yeah, I mean the RAS just speaks for itself. Sheesh, man. I mean that broad jump is crazy. I wow, wow.
yeah, he's nuts. He's nuts. And here's the thing: I'm talking about day three sleepers. He might not get drafted. Like if you watch this film, like and scouts might get scared of that, but also too, you better believe if he does not get drafted, there will be plenty of teams clamoring, right, to try to sign him as an unrestricted or as a free agent, keep him there on the practice squad. I I have a feeling that teams are going to take a chance on him. He's going to have a chance to improve in some capacity. So the reason why he's a sleeper on here is because he could hit. Like, and if he hits, you have just an absolute freak. The film totally
And
scares you, which like by the way, like I'm a film guy. Like I would rather trust the film than the numbers, right? I would much rather trust the film than the numbers. But the ceiling on this is stupid, right?
Yeah, and well, when you're projecting, I mean, like you said, there's two ways to go about a day three guy where you're getting a guy a known commodity, where you know it translates to a certain niche or role on your team, and then there's a projection where you can just take a low risk flyer on a guy like Tyler Owens that can really get after it. And I mean, his arm length is what is it, over 33? I mean, yeah. And also like guys like Tyler Owens who need time to develop and reps and coaching, like guys like him get more opportunities than other people because they understand the physical. You just can't teach that. You just cannot teach what he has physically, and so they give him more time than maybe another day three guy or another unrestricted free agent or a UDFA would have in his position. But because of his athleticism, because the value he brings special teams wise, immediately he's going to get chances, like you said, in the NFL. And if it doesn't work out, it's not because nobody's trying. It's just because it wasn't meant to be, whatever it may be. But yeah, man, wow.